New, I have the Wanhao duplicator i3, and like my other duplicator, I want to put the Z-brace on it. So I was about to order the rod kit and start printing the parts for the Z-brace when I found this. $50 on Amazon, prime shipped, a complete Z-brace kit for the duplicator i3 Maker Select. And this one's nice. Looks like either steel or carbon rods. They feel cold, so they're probably steel rods with turnbuckles. These are the bolts that go through the turnbuckles, and metal brackets to go onto the printer itself. That's cool. So we're gonna use this. Very, very interesting. Are they threaded? Yes, they are. Look at that. This is cool. So I'm gonna do some video of me installing it on my duplicator i3, and this way both of my printers will be braced. I'm a wild man. I'm doing it while it's printing. Anyway, looks like you replace this bracket. There didn't come with any instructions, but this can only go here because it's the only way the holes line up. There is no fourth bolt, which is interesting that they drilled the hole, even though, well, actually that makes sense because then it could be used on either side. Because if they didn't drill this fourth hole, then you would have to use one on the left, one on the right. And that one replaces that, although I'm not sure if it goes on. Actually, I guess it would make more sense for that to go on the top, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm going to put that on top. So I had to consult the pictures. These need to be pointing out the side, okay? And the rods go on the left side of both brackets. This bracket faces left, this bracket faces right, but the rod goes on the left of both halves of the bracket. Now, tightening it is actually pretty interesting. You put the two brackets in, it comes with replacement screws that are longer, then you tighten these buggers down all the way, okay? You turn the rod, the threads are reversed, okay? So you notice this one has to go this way to loosen, this way to tighten. This is the same thing, this way loosens and this way tightens, okay? So the threads are reversed. That allows you to turn the entire rod to either extend it or shrink it. Now, how do you know where to set it? Well, that's actually pretty easy. You make sure you're on a nice flat table like this. Put it on something crazy flat, okay? Then you put your square right up against there like that, and you turn that rod until your square is square. If the square isn't square, turn the rod until it is. Now, once you have the square square, the rod is the correct length, you then tighten these up. Tighten these up. These two both go clockwise. Then what you can do is take a little wrench that you get from one of your printers. I just happen to have one of these. This came with CR-10, and it fits these. Is it CR-10? I don't know. I don't know what it comes with, but it came with one of the printers. I had like 4 of them. But this fits them. You hold the tight of the rod with your hand, and you crank them tight to lock them in place. And then you have a nice rigid connection that is adjustable. That is cool. And there you go. Wanhao duplicator i3 Z-brace reinforced. Now this printer is nice and rigid. The whole table moves instead of the printer moving. And I could probably pick that up while it's printing now, like I can some of my other printers, but I'm not going to do that. Anyway, I did that while the printer was printing, no less. But don't forget to use a square on a super flat table to make sure these are actually square, because that's the whole point, is not only to hold them in place, but to keep them square. Because if those things move around, your level is going to constantly change. The weak Y plate and the noodly framing of the Wanhao duplicator i3 Maker Select Cocoon Create printers is why it is so hard to level these printers. Well, easy to level, but then when you make your next print, it's not level again. That's why. So take care of that, and you won't have a problem. This is available for $50 on Amazon. The other kit I got cost me $35, and then you got at least $10 in printed parts plus shipping. So it's $50 either way. And this looks factory. I mean, these parts are the same black powder coating or similar black powder coating as the printer. They're actually a nicer powder coating. They actually look a lot nicer. These parts are actually very nice. Very nice, man. They're metal. They're solid. I don't know. I'm guessing they're steel. They feel too heavy to be aluminum. And they are very nice quality brackets. It comes with the replacement hardware, so you'll end up with the screws you removed extra. Put them in your goodie bin, and that's it. While you're in there loosening up bolts, make sure you tighten up the rest of these bolts. You know, just go in here, make sure they're all tight. Might as well. And also make sure you check your bolts on the sides. One of mine was working loose a little bit. You know, make sure everything's all nice and snugged. Especially the other two here and the two on the side. Make sure they're all nice and tight, because that all controls how tight your framing is. And that's it. I hope you enjoy it. If you like it, I'll have a link down below to where you can get the brace kit. This is actually something I really like. I'm impressed by this. It looks good, it feels good, and it should be plenty strong. This is impressive. You guys have a great night.